Welcome to Eric Unfiltered. I am your host, Eric, a Gen Xer from Connecticut, where I get into local and national news, politics, and culture. No topic is off limits, no feelings are spared. No mainstream sugar-coated BS here. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's get on with the show. Welcome back. I hope everybody out there is doing well today. Before I get started, I just want to say a quick thank you to everybody out there that has gone over to YouTube to check out my first video on my podcast. It was an interview I did with Jonathan DeBarros. He is running for the congressional seat in the 5th District here in Connecticut. So that was a lot of fun. And again, thank you to him. And again, thank you to you for checking that out. All right. Enough glazing. Let's get into it. I got a lot of stuff I want to cover today. Actor Robert Duvall has passed. That's a shame, man. 95 years old. I hope to live that long, man. He has such a list of movies that he was in that, dude, like every movie he was in was like a banger. I mean, this guy's repertoire is amazing. I'm just going to list off a few. Normally, I don't do like the big Hollywood thing because pedophiles. But you know, every once in a while there's a good one. And man, he did some awesome movies. Like, okay, I didn't see it. I know I'm going to catch a lot of hate for this, but he was in The Godfather. I've never seen The Godfather. I know. Oh, it's great, man. Sorry. Never seen it, not going to see it, sorry. What do you mean you're not going to see it? Sorry, I'm not going to get into that today. But he was in The Godfather. Anyways, he was in a lot of movies, such as To Kill a Mockingbird in 1962. That's where he made his film debut. He was also in just some of these, man. Bullet, awesome movie. True Grit. He was in MASH. Obviously, I said The Godfather. He was in Network. Apocalypse Now in 1979. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. The Great Santini. Tender Mercies. The Natural. That was an awesome movie. Colors. Another banger. Days of Thunder. Another banger. Falling Down. Do I have to say it? Sling Blade. The Apostle. Deep Impact. Gone in 60 Seconds. Secondhand Lions. Open Range. Crazy Heart. Jack Reacher. Dude, banger after banger. Damn. 95 years old. The guy's last role was just like 4 years ago in 2022. Dude, the dude was still working in his early 90s. Amazing. Absolute legend. Rest in peace, Mr. Duvall. I will have to watch one of those bangers this weekend. And no, it's not going to be The Godfather. I don't have the time. I'm sorry. Oh, also in other news, Jesse Jackson has died. All right, moving on. Tragic news out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island yesterday, which again, I am sure all of you have heard about it. Some details people don't like to talk about. You know which ones I'm mentioning or referring to. Anyways, so I brought the article up on February 16th, 2026. There was a shooting at Dennis M. Lynch Arena in Pawtucket, Rhode Island during a high school boys hockey game. A senior night dude. Senior night matchup involving local co-op teams, including a North Providence High School senior team. Wow. Senior night, dude. Senior night. That's like your last hurrah. That's when at halftime, or it's hockey, so the second intermission, that's when you take a knee with your boys. The last one. With your boys. All right. You have that speech. You all hug it out, and you go out there for your last shifts. And on senior night, some mental case ruined that and drew all the attention to themselves like the narcissist they, were. According to statements from Pawtucket Police Chief Tina Goncalves and multiple verified reports, the shooter, who was identified as some fuckbag, who also went by He's Crazy, Went into, let's see, he opened fire in the stands at around 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The incident was described as a targeted domestic-related event stemming from a family dispute. You think? Oh, right. Not a random or mass attack on the public or the players. Yes, we do know that at this point. 2 people were killed. This individual was a man cosplaying as a woman. Per his own internet comments and posts, I don't know if they were on Reddit, but again, I've heard about them. I did not see them myself. Plus, internet. But apparently this person, he had surgery, not only top but also bottom, and his insurance company paid for it. I'm sure there was a premium to pay, but his insurance company paid for it. Again, apparently. Regardless, this individual was upset that apparently the family did not accept who he truly was, and had posted videos. And this person was unhinged for a while. He was known to police. There's a history of this. There's a history of this. Just this person's crazy. The wife wound up filing divorce a few years ago. And, this person went to the hockey game and wound up shooting his family. He ultimately killed his ex-wife and their adult son. So Rhonda Dorgan and Aiden Dorgan lost their lives at the hospital. 3 others were critically injured. Their hospital, Rhonda's parents, Linda and Gerald Dorgan, and the shooter's former in-laws, and a family friend, Thomas Garuso. I apologize if I'm wrong on the pronunciation. No students, players, or bystanders outside the targeting of the family were reportedly injured. The piece of garbage wound up doing the best thing he's ever done and turned the gun on himself. Actually, I should take that back. Who knows? Maybe his kids are actually pretty decent humans. So maybe that was probably the best thing that he ever did. But the smartest thing he did in that instance was that. Too bad he didn't do that first. From reports I have seen when the wife filed for divorce, obviously irreconcilable differences was the claim, but also put on there that he was narcissistic, which, yep, yes, often these people are. It's all about them. And of course, why would you pick a night like senior night? Senior night's a great night for the kids and the families. Well, I have to make it about me. And then I'm going to go ruin it. This is probably the thought process of this crazy person who went and did this. Effing shame. Epic shame. And I'm not going to get into the cesspool, the fireworks that the internet is, because, again, this person was trans, and everybody's going, more trans violence. I'm not jumping on the train. I did make a comment, but, a little tongue-in-cheek. But I'm not jumping on that. Y'all can have fun with that. I'm just talking about what happened. But, yes, unfortunately, life has changed for a lot of people in Pawtucket. Hell, when I hear the name Pawtucket, honestly, the first thing that comes to mind is the brewery that does not exist from Family Guy. Pawtucket Pat. Or Pete. Pat. I don't remember. Thought it was Pat. I don't know. That's what comes to mind. Sadly, not anymore. It's a shame. My heart goes out to all those victims and everybody that had to deal with all that. That's just this piece of garbage. Unbelievable. Man. Piece of shit. On to the next. All right. Are you guys ready to get fired up? Because this is coming to a courtroom near you. No, this was not in the United States. This was actually in Queensland, Australia. But you know it's coming here if it isn't already here now. There is a sentencing of a rapist that has drawn, raised some eyebrows. It's raised some eyebrows. So let me get into this. Let me bring this up. Hold on. Okay, so Let's see, the sentencing that has drawn ire, was for Thon Munyu, whatever, I don't care. He's a 24-year-old Sudanese refugee who was convicted by a jury in the Toowoomba District Court on February 5th of this year of raping a 20-year-old woman in June of 2024. The assault occurred after they met on a nightclub dance floor. He led her to a dark area near Queen's Park where he pinned her down, tore off her clothes, and raped her, despite her pleas to stop. The victim has described the attack as life-altering, leaving her in constant fear and severely impacting her family. Now, I'm sure that's pretty common for people that have experienced that extremely terrible trauma. That poor woman. But it gets worse. You see, this poor guy. No, not the victim. I said guy. This poor guy. Are you guys not sensitive? Because you're not like this judge then. Because Judge, whatever the hell her name is, I can't pronounce it. She's a Bosnian refugee, blah, blah, who cares? She is a judge here. And, okay, what do you think a rapist should be sentenced to? I know what I would like to sentence rapists for. How about 5 years? That sounds good. But he has to serve 2, folks. He has to serve 2 years. I mean, isn't that harsh? Obviously, I'm fluent in sarcasm. Yeah, 5 years. 5 years in prison for rape. He has to serve 2. Let's see. During the sentencing, the judge weighed several factors. Now, these are bullet points. The gravity of the offense. She described rape as one of the most serious crimes under the Queensland Criminal Code and acknowledged the profound trauma to the victim, whose life had been torn to pieces and had affected her family. It's one of the harshest things, folks. 5-year sentence. Harsh. So harsh. How is he going to learn? She reported. Now, this is where, ladies, I love you. I love you women. I do. But this woman hates you. And there's a lot of them like her who hate you. Because she reportedly referred to this man as, quote, now again, this is an internet search. Take it with a grain of salt. I got a CYA. She reportedly referred to him as, quote, a wonderful young man with a very bright future who has worked very hard to get where he is, considering his background, while noting the sentence was very difficult for her, balancing his background against the victim's suffering and the offensive seriousness. Really? He's a what? Your Honor? Oh, sorry, you don't deserve that. Fuck you, Your Honor. A wonderful young man. I'm sorry, ma'am. Would you like a wonderful young man to hold you down, tear off your clothes, and violate your genitals against your will? And then have somebody say that, hey, he came from a war-torn country. You gotta give him the pass. Really? Really, Judge? No. You're barely a woman. Really? You are despicable. If she said these things. But still, regardless, 2 years mandatory, 5-year sentence for rape. It's coming to a city near you, folks. These people are they're insane. They're insane. Look, I get it. There is different cultures. And yes, I am sure this guy had a crappy childhood. I get it. Okay, fair enough. But if you do not know that it's wrong, it's just wrong to sexually violate someone against their will, then you have no business being in civilized society. I don't care where you came from. I don't give a shit. You don't belong in civilized society. This is why borders and immigration screening is important, folks. Very, very important. That is effing mind-blowing. Oh, ma'am, I'm really sorry that the thing that's supposed to be beautiful and enjoyable for you with, a future husband and the plans of doing such a beautiful act and in such an enjoyable physical experience, but also to perhaps one day bring the beauty of magic of life into the world. It doesn't matter that that's been completely fucked for you now. This guy came from a war-torn country. Have some feelings, lady. Life is hard for him. Disgusting. This woman's garbage. Like I said, even if what she said was supposed, or maybe even if it never happened, the sentencing alone is bullshit. This guy should be. I can't violate terms of service. Nonetheless, under the jail. Okay, yeah. To the fishes. On to the next. Unbelievable. Okay, this last thing I want to talk about really isn't a story. It's just something I saw yesterday on X that was mind-blowing. We're all aware of AI and how far it's come in just a few short years. I saw yesterday something when I shared it. Hollywood's cooked. It's so cooked. People are already worried that AI is going to take over everything. Just give it 5 years. Hollywood's done. Hollywood is done. I saw a video, I think it was about 3.5 minutes. And yeah, you could see it's AI. There are certain moments, right, where you could go, yeah, you'll pick up on stuff. But let me tell you, 95 to 98% of this thing, flawless. Starts off, there's a chick. She almost looks like a mix of Anna Faris and Britney Spears, like a young Britney Spears. She's cute. And she's like in an office building, and she's talking on a phone. And it looks like this chick sitting in an office building talking on a phone. And then everything just goes freaking crazy. Things falling from the sky, buildings explode, all sorts of just chaos. She's running outside, running on cars and shit. It is amazing. It is wild. And like I said, you could still pick up a few things, but bruh, 5 years. Probably won't even take that long, but to finally iron out all the details, to get all the prompts right so everything's flawless, yeah, give AI about 5 years. Hollywood is done. If you want to be an actor, start doing it on like a stage, because that's what's going to be left. Humans, Joe Rogan has said this, humans are always going to want something humans have made. Yeah, AI movies are going to be cool. AI music, it's already out, right? AI music, all right, you can argue it's cool. It is. Some of it's cool. But you give it time, people are going to love, they're going to like that stuff, the movies and the music and games and shit that AI makes. But people are still going to want to go to a live show. I'm still going to want to go watch people play a guitar and the drums and sing with their own voice through a microphone. I know I'm not alone. And I'm still, okay, I don't go to the theater, so I don't watch movies in the theater. Hell, and I don't go watch, friggin' this shit on like stage and whatnot. But if everything available is all computer made, yeah, I probably will go watch, Othello on the Park or something, because it's real. It's real people making real shit. And that's something that computers, there's just that little something that the computer can't put in. But when it comes to movies, they're so foobar, man. AI is taking over everything. If you go over to my X account, it's on there. I shared it yesterday. All right, I'm going to wrap it up there. I want to make this relatively quick, actually about 20 minutes or so. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Like I said, I actually have another interview coming up soon. Gonna have another one. It's going to be fun. It's going to be off the freaking rails. I can't wait. All right, thank you for listening. If you want to follow me on socials, you can follow me on X at Eric Not Sorry or on Facebook at Eric Unfiltered Podcast. You can also go over and check me out, Eric Unfiltered Podcast on YouTube. And, okay. All right. We're done. Okay. Thank you for listening. Until next time, keep being you.